It's 27th of February 2025, and this is when the news coming to you live from the News Hub here at the University of Education, Winneba. Coming up in the next minute. Chancellor of UEW Nenyi Gate VII applauds Vice Chancellor's Community Initiative Program. Vice President vows to win Galamsey fight. Speaker of Parliament Alban Babin launches investigation into MP Ahmed Galamsey allegations. And in business, Ghana Port and Harbours Authority Director General calls for removal of COVID-19 levy and VAT on transit cargo. And on the foreign front, BBC launches 2025 Komla Jumo Award. We have details of all these stories and many more coming up in the bulletin. My name is Nana Amma Nyamike Bani Nado News in detail. Ongoing is President John Dramani Mahama delivering the State of the Nation's address. Let's take a watch at the live coverage of SONA at the Parliament House in Accra.
So that all our young people who wish to serve in these services have an opportunity to do so. We are dedicated to enhancing the capabilities of the Ghana Police Service, the Prison Service, the Ghana National Fire Service, the Immigration Service, and the Narcotics Control Commission, the Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority, and all investigative bodies operating under the Ministry of Interior. By motivating and re-equipping these agencies, we aim to effectively maintain internal peace and security. Mr. Speaker, I want to reaffirm this government's unwavering commitment to prioritizing the welfare and well-being of our brave men and women in uniform who sacrifice daily to uphold law and order and secure our nation's peace. We will invest in adequate equipment and suitable accommodation for our security personnel. As Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, I want to emphasize our determination to strengthen our democracies. This is particularly true given the troubled proliferation of military-grade weapons that have fallen into unauthorized hands. These weapons pose a significant threat to our national security and our constitutional democracy. They endanger the safety of all Ghanaians and potentially exacerbate existing conflicts such as chieftaincy disputes and in many cases fall into the hands of armed robbers. Since taking office, we have pursued a responsible approach to account for these unregistered weapons while maintaining stability within the security apparatus. I'm pleased to report that we've made substantial progress and are committed to ensuring that those responsible for this situation are brought to book. In our efforts to safeguard our citizens, Mr. Speaker, to safeguard our territory, to maintain our democracy, we remain vigilant against the threat of violent extremism and terrorism. Therefore, we are resolute in enhancing our defense mechanisms through diplomacy, counterintelligence, information sharing, infrastructure development, and the...
Now, away from SONA, the Chancellor of the University of Education, Winneba, Nenyi Gate VII, has praised the university's administration for the establishment of Vice Chancellor's Community Initiative Program. He believes this initiative will promote academic excellence among youth and in Efitu and Ejumakon. Given his acceptance speech at the launch of the program at the Jofus Anamwa Mensah Conference Center, Nenyi Gate VII highlighted the significance of the university's role within its community, asserting that it should embody academic advancement and intellectual growth. He remarked that the initiative designed to assist children who aspire to enroll at the University of Education, Winneba, will foster a spirit of healthy academic competition among young learners.
This is a very important day to me. I've always felt that with a university in a community, everything about that community should show signs of academia. Today, through wisdom of management of this institution, an initiative has come up to support needy children who are coming into this institution to study. This is something that is going to ginger some form of competition among the young ones in the Futu and Ejumakum communities. And we know through this an improvement in learning will come up, and our young ones will see the essence of hard work, will see the essence of being very attentive at school. If someone can be promoted to come and study through hard work, then why not everybody? On such a day, being called upon to chair a function of this nature, in my capacity as Chancellor of this university, I'm very happy, delighted to say that I have accepted this big honor to make it as a record that it started with me. I want to thank management and the entire university for asking me to chair this occasion.
The Vice President, Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman, has urged members of Parliament to demonstrate leadership within their respective constituencies, particularly in areas affected by illegal mining, commonly referred to as Galamsey, in order to eliminate those responsible for these activities. During her address at the Parliamentarians' Conference focused on reinstating a culture of responsible small-scale mining in Ghana, the Vice President and MPs serve as direct representatives of their constituents and are aware of individuals engaged in this unlawful practice that harms the nation.
And irresponsible mining practices. Our forests are being degraded. Our water bodies are being heavily polluted, rendering our lands barren. This is not only a threatening gesture to our ecosystem, but has also jeopardized the livelihood of many communities that depend on these natural resources. All three water basin systems in the country on how we can collectively tackle this national concern. The government of Ghana recognizes that restoring responsible mining practices require a multi-stakeholder approach, and this is why we have outlined deliberate steps to curb the illegal mining, regulate the sector effectively, and ensure that small-scale mining is conducted in a manner that benefits the economy and the local communities without compromising the environment. We appreciate that this is a battle that cannot be fought by the government alone, and we acknowledge the crucial role of parliaments, of CSOs, all of us, in shaping policies, providing oversight, and ensuring compliance within the constituencies within which we serve.
Now, the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources, Emmanuel Ama Kofi-Boa, has stated that government is resolute in its commitment to combat illegal mining activities. He cautioned that President Mahama will not intervene on behalf of any illegal miner who is apprehended. The sector minister emphasized that the renewed efforts of the government are focused on identifying and targeting the financiers and the anonymous individuals who employ illegal miners.
The issue of Galamsey is the issue of survival. There's so much unemployment, especially in our part of the world, the 5 northern regions. And that is why even when people graduate, first degree holders, they don't have jobs. And so what they want to do is to go and do illegal mining. The natural resource there is for us. And I think that we should utilize it. What we need to do is to identify the various forms of Galamsey activities going on in this country. And now I won't limit it to only the northern part of this country. I, sitting here, can identify 3 groups. There are some who are on our water bodies doing illegal mining. There are some who are also in in our forest reserves, destroying the forest cover, and there are some who are on the land. Those who are on our land, we can regularize them. We can give them the technical know-how. We can assist them to get even funding. And then we can use technology to ensure that when they are even giving concessions, they are able to tell where exactly the ore is, the gold deposit is, so that they don't do it haphazardly. For instance, if we give somebody a 24-acre land and the person is supposed to mine there and get gold, without technology, the person starts from the very beginning of the edges of the land and start digging on.
Hey there, welcome to Radio Unibe 98.3 FM. Seated right in front of you is Ampon Bismakusu, for short Ampon B. Here we say we are the ultimate in campus radio. I entreat you all to be listening to Radio Unibe 98.3 FM. And your Radio Unibe, yeah, forget about it.
Hello, my name is Amina Abisbanan, a media personality at Radio Windy Bay 98.3 FM. Kindly follow us on all our social media handles. You can find us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Follow us on www.uew.edu.gh. We are the ultimate in campus radio.
Hey there. Welcome to Radio Unibe 98.3 FM. Seated right in front of you is Ampon Bismakusu, for short Ampon B. Here we say we are the ultimate in campus radio. I entreat you all to be listening to Radio Unibe 98.3 FM. And your Radio Unibe, yeah, forget about it.
We sincerely apologize for that technical challenge. Now moving on, the Speaker of Parliament, Alban Babin, has declared the initiation of an inquiry into a petition concerning a member of Parliament accused of participating in illegal mining activities, commonly referred to as Galamsey. During a conference held on Wednesday, February 26, where members of Parliament and stakeholders concluded a strategy for responsible small-scale mining, Babin emphasized that Parliament would not protect any legislator found to be involved in harmful mining practices.
Parliament will not tolerate any member of Parliament, regardless of your position, who is found to be complicit in destructive mining activities. There is a petition before me concerning a member of Parliament, and the member will tell you that I have initiated investigation into that petition. We are not going to countenance it at all.
The Minister Designate for Lands and Natural Resources, Suleimana Yusuf, has reiterated the government dedication to combating illegal mining, which poses a significant threat to the country's water resources. During his vetting session with Parliament Appointment Committee on February 26, Yusuf emphasized the detrimental effect of Galamsey on Ghana's rivers and lakes, underscoring that addressing this challenge necessitates a unified national response. His comment drew attention to the concerning levels of turbidity in key water bodies, with measurement ranging from 5,000 to 12,000 nephelometric turbidity units, which are drastically higher than the permissible limit of 500 NTU.
he finds gold. If there's a technology, and I believe that there's a technology where they can easily be told that this is where the concentration is, they don't destroy the land, they just go and pick it. But those who are on our water bodies and our forest reserve, in our forest reserve, they should be flushed out and flushed out. There's so much unemployment, especially in our part of the world, the 5 northern regions. And that is why even when people graduate, first degree holders, they don't have jobs. And so what they want to do is to go and do illegal mining. The natural resource there is for us. And I think that we should utilize it. What we need to do is to identify the various forms of galamsey activities going on in this country. And now I won't limit it to only the northern part of this country. I sitting here can identify 3 groups. There are some who are on our water bodies doing illegal mining. There are some who are also in our forest reserves, destroying the forest cover, and there are some who are on the land. Those who are on our land, we can regularize them. We can give them the technical know-how. We can assist them to get even funding. And then we can use technology to ensure that when they are even giving concessions, they are able to tell where exactly the ore is, the gold deposit is, so that they don't do it haphazardly. For instance, if you give somebody a 24-acre land, and the person is supposed to mine there and get gold, without technology, the person starts from the very beginning of the edges of the land and start digging until he finds gold. If there's a technology, and I believe that there's a technology where they can easily be told that this is where the concentration is, they don't destroy the land, they just go and pick it. But those who are on our water bodies and our forest reserve, in our forest reserve, they should be flushed out and flushed out immediately.
The majority caucus of the appointment committee has put forth a recommendation to approve all 4 deputy ministers' nominees who were vetted on Wednesday, February 26, 2025, despite the absence of the minority caucus during the deliberations. Now, the minority's decision to boycott stemmed from a disagreement between committee chairman Bernard Ahiafo and minority leader Alexander Afenyo-Markin regarding an incident that occurred during the vetting session. The situation intensified when Afenyo-Markin requested that Deputy Attorney General and Justice Minister designate Justice Siriam Sai perform a traditional dance, a request that the chairman vehemently opposed. Despite the opposition, the majority caucus proceeded with its recommendation to approve the following nominees: Yusuf Suleimana, Deputy Minister Designate for Lands and Natural Resources; Justice Siriam Sai, Deputy Minister Designate for Justice and Attorney General; Al-Hassan Saibu Suhini, Deputy Minister Designate for Roads and Highways; and Yusuf Isaka Jaja, Deputy Minister Designate for Tourism, Culture and Creative Art.
We've long assured the majority of our cooperation, but not when such a posture is coming from the chair. We would respect you, but where you are acting in excess of discretion, we would express it. We've had a smooth vetting since Monday in an atmosphere of mutual respect, in a very humorous atmosphere, and all nominees that appeared before us on those 2 days, Monday and Tuesday, we approved them by consensus. Without more, let me conclude as follows. That 1, the minority caucus hereby rejects the nomination of the Deputy Attorney General, and that the decision of it would be solely yours as a majority caucus. For today, all other nominees, in furtherance of our protests, we are also rejecting them, and then your decision, it will remain your decision as majority caucus.
Food research scientists from the Department of Food Science and Technology at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology have detected a banned hazardous substance in specific tomato paste found in Ghanaian market.
Food research scientists at the Department of Food Science and Technology at Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology have identified a prohibited harmful substance in certain tomato paste available in the Ghanaian market. The substance in question, erythrocin, commonly referred to as red dye number 3, is utilized as a colorant in a variety of food items, including toffees, candies, and beverages. However, the Food and Drugs Authority prohibits its use in the manufacturing of tomato paste due to its association with various health issues. A study conducted by KNUST food scientists on tomato paste sold in Ghana revealed that the presence of both starch and erythrocin in some samples. This research, carried out in Kumasi and Accra, aim to evaluate the quality of tomato concentrate available in the market. The researchers observed that all samples exhibited a color spectrum ranging from red to dark red, a paste-like consistency, and the typical flavor of tomato concentrate, meeting standard physical criteria. Dr. Abena Boache, who led the research at the university, urged the Ghana FDA to broaden its focus beyond the elimination of erythrocin from tomato products. She emphasized the need for regulation to also encompass the removal of this harmful dye from confectioneries, candies, beverages, and other food items. Dr. Boache stated that these findings should stimulate further research and guide policymakers in implementing necessary measures to ensure the safety of food products for consumers. The researchers also recommended that the results be utilized to inform stakeholders and facilitate the provision of safe tomato concentrate and other food products in the market.
We go for a short breather. When we come back, it's business.
Hey there, welcome to Radio Unibe 98.3 FM. Seated right in front of you is Ampon Besmako, so for short, Ampon B. Here we say we are the ultimate in campus radio. I entreat you all to be listening to Radio Unibe 98.3 FM. And your Radio Unibe, yeah, forget about it.
Hello, my name is Amina Abisbanan, a media personality at Radio Widibe 98.3 FM. Kindly follow us on all our social media handles. You can find us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Follow us on www.uew.edu.gh. We are the ultimate in campus radio.
Breeder, let's do some business. My name is Florence Kwanzaa. Cocoa shipment to warehouse in Ghana, which is acknowledged as the world's second largest producer, have increased by nearly 70% in comparison to the prior season.
Cocoa deliveries to workhouses in Ghana, recognized as the second largest producer globally, have surged by approximately 70% compared to the previous season. This notable rise, as reported by Bloomberg, is attributed to a more favorable harvest and effective measures to combat smuggling. Since the commencement of the 2024-2025 season on February 13, 2025, around 560,250 tons of cocoa beans have been received at the warehouses of the industry regulator. This figure represents a significant increase from the same time frame last year, during which approximately 330,000 tons were delivered to Ghana Cocoa Board depots. The global market is closely observing the cocoa supply from West African producers, particularly following last season's poor harvest that led to a considerable global shortage and drove cocoa prices to unprecedented levels. Additionally, cocoa exports in 2024 fell to $1.696 billion, down from $2.152 billion in December 2023, primarily due to difficulties arising from extreme weather and illegal mining activity.
Now, away from that, the Acting Director General of the Ghana Port and Harbours Authority, Brigadier General Paul Seidu, has made a compelling request for the removal of VAT and COVID-19 levies imposed on transit cargo. That will be
The Acting Director General of the Ghana Port and Harbour Authority, Brigadier General Paul Seidu Tanya Kuleno, has issued a strong appeal for the elimination of VAT and COVID-19 levies on transit cargo. He asserts that such a decision would greatly improve Ghana's position as a leading transit hub in the West African region, thereby attracting increased international business and boosting the nation's economic status. Brigadier General Tanya Kuleno contended that abolishing VAT on transit cargo would not only render Ghana's port more appealing to global trade, but also generate significant employment opportunities, thereby supporting the government's ongoing initiatives to foster economic growth and align with a 24-hour economic policy. These comments were made during a working visit by the Minister of Transport, Joseph Bukari Nipe, to the Ghana Port and Harbour Authority headquarters. In his speech, the Director General highlighted the intense competition within the transit trade market, noting that neighboring ports such as Loma and Abidjan are consistently competing for business. Additionally, Brigadier General Tanya Kuleno disclosed that a collaborative team consisting of members from the Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority and Ghana Port and Harbour Authority had recently visited Lome to evaluate their port systems. These visits followed a similar trip to Abidjan, where the team examined operational practices to enhance Ghana's port competitiveness and improve its operational efficiency.
And that will be all for business on Windy News. My name is Florence Kwanzaa. Up next is sports.
Hey there, welcome to Radio Unibe 98.3 FM. Seated right in front of you is Ampon Besmako, so for short, Ampon B. Here we say we are the ultimate in campus radio. I entreat you all to be listening to Radio Unibe 98.3 FM. And your Radio Unibe, forget about it.
Good afternoon and welcome to the sports segment here on Windy News. My name is Ronaldo. Now to our first story. Liverpool have strengthened their lead at the top of the Premier League, now sitting 13 points ahead after 2-0 victory over Newcastle. Under manager Arne Slot, the team has been in brilliant form, scoring at least 2 goals in each of their last 18 home games at Anfield. Mohamed Salah has been a standout star, contributing an impressive 25 goals and 17 assists in the league this season, pushing Liverpool closer to securing their Premier League title. Away from that Liverpool story, Real Madrid took the lead in the Copa del Rey semi-final with a 1-0 win over Real Sociedad thanks to Endrick's first half goal. Despite resting key players, Real Madrid held one narrow win victory over Real Sociedad.
The teenager latched onto a brilliant ball over the top from Jude Bellingham and sorted home to open the scoring. Towards the end of the first half, the match was paused for a few minutes after discussion between the referees and Real Madrid captain Vinicius Jr. The screen at the Real Arena displayed a message: "No to racist, xenophobic and intolerant" chant, encouraging and support the team while respecting the rival in both Spanish and Basque. After the break, Endrick had a fierce effort crash off the crossbar as Carlo Ancelotti's side went in search of a second. Bellingham also had a strike from the edge of the area tipped over by Real two-sided goalkeeper Alex Ramiro as Madrid had to settle for a one-goal lead in the tie. Kylian Mbappe missed the match after discomfort caused by a tooth extraction, while Thibaut Courtois and Federico Valverde were rested. Real Madrid have won the Copa del Rey 20 times and will hope to reach another final, with the second league taking place on 1st of April at the Bernabeu Stadium.
That will be all for sports here on Windy News. My name is Ronaldo. Up next is entertainment news.
Welcome from that short breather and its entertainment set here on Windy News. My name is Haruna Aaron Adam. Let's dive into the biggest story of the day. The magistrate court sitting in Sabu Yaras, Lagos State on Tuesday declared popular musician Abdulaziz Fashula, widely known as Naira Marley, innocent in connection with the death of Ilualua Aloba, better known as Mohbad. Magistrate Ejuru Kobinji, who reviewed and implemented the legal advice issued by the Directorate of Public Prosecution in Lagos, ruled that Naira Marley had no case to answer. Alongside Naira Marley, the court also discharged music promoter Sam Larry, Oluwadini Ibrahim, also called Pram Boy, Mohbad's former manager. And that will be all for entertainment segment here on Windy News. My name is Haruna Aaron Adam. Up next is international news.
That was entertainment news from my colleague here. Now let's go to the international arena. The BBC is seeking to identify a rising star in African journalism for the BBC News Komla Jumo Award, which is currently commemorating its 10th anniversary.
BBC is on the lookout for an emerging talent in African journalism for the BBC News Komla Dumont Award, now celebrating its 10th anniversary. Journalists from all over Africa are encouraged to submit their applications for this award, which aims to identify and elevate new talent from the continent. The recipients will have the opportunity to spend 3 months at the BBC headquarters in London. They will acquire valuable skills and experience. The deadline for application is 20th March 2025 at 11:59. This award pays tribute to the legacy of Komla Dumont, a renowned Ghanaian broadcaster and former presenter for BBC World News, who tragically passed away at the age of 41 a decade ago. The BBC invites journalists from across Africa to apply for this accolade, which seeks to recognize and honor exceptional journalist talent on the continent. In addition to receiving training, the selected candidate will have the chance to travel to an African country to report on a story of their choosing. In addition to receiving training, the selected candidate will have the chance to travel to an African country to report on a story of their choosing, with the resulting reports being broadcast on the BBC global audience. The BBC is dedicated to preserving its legacy through this award by empowering African journalists to share authentic and nuanced stories from the continent with international viewers.
Still on the foreign front, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is scheduled to meet with U.S. President Donald Trump in Washington on Friday to formalize an agreement regarding the sharing of Ukraine's mineral resources, as stated by Donald Trump.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is scheduled to meet with U.S. President Donald Trump in Washington on Friday to formalize an agreement regarding the sharing of Ukraine's mineral resources, as stated by Trump. Zelensky has characterized this bilateral agreement as preliminary and expressed his desire for additional agreement that will include U.S. security assurance to counter potential Russian aggression. During a cabinet meeting on Wednesday, Trump remarked that the involvement of American workers in the extract of raw earth metals in Ukraine would inherently provide automatic security for the nation. He advised Kyiv to forget about NATO membership and reiterate Russia's assertion that this issue was a significant factor contributing to the conflict. The U.S. president suggested a ceasefire between Ukraine and Russia might be imminent, stating to reporters.
Before we end winning news here this afternoon, let's take a recap of the stories that made headlines. Chancellor of UEW Nenye Gata VII applaud Vice Chancellor Community Initiative Program. Vice President vows to win Galamsey fight. Speaker of Parliament Alban Babin launches investigation into MP amid Galamsey allegations. And in business, Ghana Port and Harbours Authority, Director General calls for removal of COVID-19 levy and VAT on transit cargo. On the foreign front, BBC launches 2025 Komla Jumo Awards. And that will be all for Windy News here. My name is Nana Amma Nyameke Bani. Thank you for doing the watching and do enjoy the rest of your afternoon.